Okay, tonight's dinner is crab cakes, and the ingredients are, I start with an egg. I've already broken it in there. I'm going to add a little bit less than a teaspoon of curry powder and a little bit less than a teaspoon of dry mustard. So I'll add that to the ingredients, to the egg rather. Then I'm going to add 1/8 of a cup of mayo because I'm making this just for 2 people. So I had to break down the recipe. So that's 1/8 of a cup of mayo. To that I'm going to add a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. Worcestershire sauce. I'll add that in there. And then you whisk it together. And once you're done whisking, you let it sit for 15 minutes. I'm not sure why, but it has something to do with the curry doing some kind of a chemical reaction or whatever it does with all the other ingredients. And then when I'm done whisking, we'll come back and we'll continue. Okay, so we're back. It's been sitting here for about 15 minutes, and I can tell that some kind of a chemical something has been going on because the mixture's got some bubbles in it, so it must be lighter. So now to this mixture that we had whipped, I am going to add some parsley from the garden and some chives. You can add onions, but because the videographer doesn't like onions, I'm putting in chives instead. So I can't even tell you how much it is. You just kind of eyeball it. You don't put a lot in, but enough. Remember, this is probably going to make about 4 crab cakes. So I'll dump that in. And I'm also going to put in some red and yellow peppers. It probably doesn't matter what kind you have, but I got them at Aldi's, and I think they were cheap. I don't know. But okay, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to just mix it up a little bit. And now what I'll do is I'll add the crab cake. This is about 1/2 pound of crab cake. We bought a pound at BJ's, which was the cheapest, and when I got the claw meat, it was $9.99 for a pound, and we've already had 4 crab cakes out of this, so this is going to make another 4. It's the claw crab. You can get the lump crab, but that's a lot more expensive, so I'm just going to put this in. It really tastes just fine. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to give that a little bit of a mixture. I'll add some salt, not a lot, that's enough, and some pepper to taste. If you like things more salty, we don't like things real salty. Fresh ground pepper, and this is 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs. Can you show this? This is a Japanese style breadcrumbs. It's a little thicker. It's not as thin. Definitely better to make things lighter and airy, so that's 1/2 cup of that. I'll mix that together, and when we come back, I will make some crab cakes out of it. I put the crab cakes in the refrigerator so they would set with the egg mixture because it was kind of not runny, but it was just really loose, and that was a suggestion that I had seen. So here the crab cakes are over here. And I have preheated the cast iron pan over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of butter in each little dollop. I'm turning the heat really down because cast iron, really has the heat really high. But if you're doing it at home, probably you're going to want to keep it at a higher temperature because you want the crab cakes to get really brown because you're going to transfer them onto a little dish and onto a pan rather in the toaster oven. So I'm going to put a little dollop of butter, and it's going to sizzle. There it goes. And I'll put my larger crab cake right on top of it so it gets the butter flavor. And I'll do that for each one. And we have 4. Ooh, that one fell apart. Now I got to put it back together. All right, they've been cooking for about 4 minutes. I'm going to flip them because you just want to get the outside kind of crispy like that, because we're going to put them in the toaster oven to finish cooking them off. Oops, I just broke one because I'm trying to do it at a bad angle. I'll do it this way. That's okay. That's all right. Little piece. All right, they're toasted up. They're cooked enough, browned up enough, whatever, for each side. So I'm going to put them and transfer them onto a toaster oven pan where they will continue cooking through. Remember, we just have to cook the egg through properly and get the peppers and so forth done enough. So that's that. I'm going to put it in the toaster oven at 400 for about 8 minutes. This is a sauce that I bought at Wegmans that works really well with this. It tastes delicious. It's kind of like a horseradish, but not quite as horseradishy. So, here are the crab cakes. They're all done, looking mighty fine. And dinner is served.